I'd like to say that there is an abnormal amount of fighting in my household. Now, if I was to estimate, I'd say there's probably like 1 to 2 fights every single day. And now when I mean fights, I don't mean fist fights. I mean like screaming and yelling. And usually I'm not a part of it, but you know, sometimes I kind of get roped into it. But if you couldn't tell by the tone of this video, I'm going to be telling you about a bunch of different times that fights have gotten out of hand, or there have been some pretty funny fights. So, Sunday, the day that I streamed for 4 hours trying to hit 1K, we went to a lake. What does this guy call me a cheater? I'm not a cheater. Now, I had probably an hour and a half of sleep that night, and I really didn't want to go, but I didn't put up too much fuss. I said, hey, can I not go? They said, no, get your ass outside, and I was good. But my little sister, on the other hand, wasn't having it. Now, at the time, she was grounded, and she still is grounded, so she wasn't allowed to have her phone, right? And since she wasn't allowed to have her phone, she obviously wasn't allowed to have her phone on the car ride, which she was extremely upset about. So she starts to throw a fit. Oh, this guy stinks. Die, 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 die. This guy actually stinks. He smells like rotting eggs. So my little sister says, basically to my parents, that she is not going. She won't go unless she gets her phone. So my mom starts crying because she's been looking forward to this lake trip for like a week now. And she's freaking out, which makes makes my dad incredibly angry. Like, if you would assume that his ears turned into little smoke pipes and started expelling smoke like a train. So what ends up happening is that, oh my god, I'm getting cooked. What ends up happening is my dad and my little sister are yelling at each other. Like, we're sitting outside the door, and like, honestly, it low-key hurt just listening to them. And my little sister tries to leave the room, and my dad was not having it. Oh my god, that guy just killed himself. So he closes the door on her, and she starts screaming, telling him that he kidnapped her. Like, she's like, he's not her dad, and just trying to discipline her. And she just starts absolutely flipping out, and it's low-key funny because she starts blaring out these just lies, acting like my dad is the person that's in the fault, which my dad was not in the fault in any way, shape, or form. And then she freaks out, runs to the bathroom, calms down, and we end up actually going, so my mom wasn't that upset. Now, the second time, my friend Jaden was over, right? And we were kind of hungry. I don't think we had eaten lunch, and we were gonna go downstairs and get something for lunch, right? And anyways, as we were walking through the dining room, we hear the loudest, just like 3 quick pops that are extremely loud as my little sister and my dad are fighting. There's a lot of points where my little sister and my dad are fighting, but my older sister also fights with my dad a lot. I'm the one that fights with my dad the least. Now, I have absolutely no idea what they were fighting about, but all I know is that we both looked at each other, we turned around, and we just left. That's it. Let me just third party this real quick. He has no idea what's about to come for him. Is he auto clicking? Nah. He's gonna complain in chat, I just know it. Where do you think you're going, the legend? Die. Just die. Oh my god, what is happening? What the flip? He hit me really far out. That's low-key sus. But for context, my older sister works at a library. And my mom makes a comment about what another library in another county is doing. And I guess she gets a little angry because my mom made this comment, and she's like, I told you not to make comments and talk about other libraries and make it seem like our library sucks, which it low-key does because we live in a small county, but that's besides the point. And my dad just recently implemented these rules, like set rules about what punishment you get for doing what bad thing. And screaming and yelling is one of those things, and also saying no is one of those things. And my sister did all that. She screamed, she yelled, and she said no because she was gonna leave the room and eat somewhere else in the house instead of eating at the dinner table. And my dad said to get back there, and she said no. And my sister's 18 for context, and she doesn't really want to have to like agree to these rules. But my dad and her fought really bad, and my sister ended up losing her phone for like 5 days, and like she's 18, so that's kind of wild. But if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Comment that Q sucks. Bye bye.